Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I am going to make a new casserole. This is a zucchini, cauliflower rice, and ground beef casserole. It is gonna have a few other two other veggies too, and a bunch of spices, easy, simple spices, just a bunch of them, and it is going to be baked at the end. It's gonna have cheesiness in it. So if you like casserole, put casserole or like it in the comments. If you don't like casseroles, leave it in the comments, and make sure you like, heart, share. Save this video so that you can make it too. And I'm excited for you to try it. This, I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. This casserole does require you to cook some stuff ahead of time, or like while you're making it, but it's not as long as some casseroles require you to cook it in the oven. So it's a trade-off. You're cooking more on top of the stove and less in the oven. I'm going to add to my 2 pounds of ground beef, I'm going to add 1 small onion, chopped or diced really. 1 small onion diced. I'm going to mix this, and I am also going to add 2 other ingredients to this, and then I'm going to start adding some spices. So right now, hello Renee, I need to talk to you. Hi Renee. 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 onion. We're making a casserole. It is ground beef, cheesy ground beef noodle, which is zucchini and rice casserole. Ooh, awesome, Renee. Now we're going to add, this is 3 like medium zucchinis. It's a little bit more than 4 cups, probably closer to 6 cups. So 6 cups of zucchini cut into triangles. Gonna mix this, and then I'm gonna add 1 more thing before I add my spices, and then we're gonna cook it a little bit, and then add another thing, and then cook it a little bit, add another thing, and then we're gonna transfer it into our baking casserole dish. So I'm gonna be using a 9x13 casserole dish. You wanna use something that's fairly big, because this, you can see, there's a lot of, it's already filling up my huge 20-inch, 18-inch, I don't know what this is. I think it's an 18-inch, 20-inch frying pan. All right, now, 1 more ingredient, and that is a can, a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes, which I forgot to get the liquid out of, and I want to drain the liquid out of it. So let me do that quick. All right, so this is 14.5 ounces of diced tomatoes. And I want to mix this in here and get this all the way combined in all the spots. And I'm almost there. So this has kind of the seasonings in a like in spaghetti. So it's almost like a spaghetti casserole. Maybe I should call it a spaghetti casserole. A cheesy spaghetti casserole. Because it is pretty much those ingredients. But I'm not using any sauce. The tomatoes are kind of our sauce. It's gonna become more liquidy in a moment. All right, now we're gonna add all of our seasoning, and we're gonna use 2 teaspoons, of each of these first. And tell me where you're watching from in the comments. I would love to know if you like casseroles. Put like them or like it in the comments. If you could leave them, like you don't like them that much or not at all, leave them in the comments. And this is with ground beef, and right now we have ground beef, onion, tomato, zucchini. Now we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of basil. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rename this and call it spaghetti casserole. Or like spaghetti quote unquote casserole. 2 teaspoons of basil. You, Westlake, Minnesota, and of course you like casseroles because you're from Minnesota, right? White Bear Lake, yes. I was gonna say Westlake. No, White Bear Lake. Okay. Now 2 teaspoons of oregano. 1, 2. Now 2 teaspoons of paprika. 2 teaspoons of paprika. And tell me, we just got back from our walk, and it was an absolutely gorgeous sunset. I will put it in the story because it was gorgeous. I mistook what time our walk was supposed to start. I have been alternating times and I didn't alternate. So I showed up at the wrong time. But thankfully, 6 women were still walking. Pam, hi! You're in Utah for vacation. Yes, you are. And you like casserole. Awesome. Now 2 teaspoons of black pepper. 2 teaspoons of black pepper. There's 1. 1 more. I'm getting close to running out of black pepper. And this little part over here didn't get any coverage. And then 3 teaspoons of pink salts. Pink Himalayan salts. Now I'm going to do 1 and then I'm going to mix it and then I'm going to do the others so that it can get well combined. And all of these seasonings that I just added can get well combined. All right, my oven just told me that it was preheated. So it is ready to go. I'm gonna add, I still have 3 ingredients to add. And those are gonna get added as I cook. So this has been cooking for a few minutes already. But I need to cook it for a little bit longer. And then I'm gonna add the other 2 ingredients and then we're just gonna add it to the casserole dish and top it with some cheese. There's 1 more. Now 2 more. I know that if you have been watching me at all, you know I use 2 spoons to mix because I just do not understand how people mix without 2 spoons. 2, I can like move it around, control it. I don't know how to control with 1 spoon, 1 spatula. I just can't do it. So I have this all in here now. All spices are put in. And I'm going to show you what it looks like before I add the next 2 ingredients. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently for sake of time so that you all aren't watching me do it the way I would suggest you do it. But now I'm going to add my cauliflower rice. Excuse my reach. I have 2 bags of cauliflower rice. And they're frozen, but they're already were easier to undo. Now I'm going to add these. Or I'm going to mix these, I mean. And normally I would go ahead and put in a timer for like 5 minutes for my cauliflower rice and cook my cauliflower rice for 5 minutes with everything. And then add the next ingredient that I'm going to give you, but I'm going to go ahead and tell you what it is after I get it mixed. We're going to go ahead and add it now. And I do want this to be pretty much cooked before I put it in the oven. The oven is for the cheese. The oven is not going to get my meat browned all the way. And I still definitely have raw meat right here. So I want to make sure that I get my meat cooked. So I have my heat turned up pretty high, like to 9. It was on 8. I'm going to turn it up more. There's a lot of moisture in here, and there's so much, it's so much like space. There's so much depth. All right. So this cauliflower rice was still a little bit cold, so I'm gonna let it sit for a moment. Tell me also, so if you already moved, put moved, put I moved. If you already did intermittent fasting today, put I fasted. If you already drank water today, put drink water. I wanna know, what did you do? Those are the healthy habits that are going to shift your body and your health. Okay, look at how great this is. Definitely high protein, lots of fiber, lots of veggies. And so delicious. We're going to now add our cheesiness in a moment. I really do want to give it a moment. So tell me all the things you did. You could put drink, fasted, moved, I did this. And when you do it, when you write it in, I know I can't see you. You fasted, but you didn't drink enough water yet. That's okay, Renee. I know you at work, it's hard for you to do that in the hospital. And so you, that's okay. You can do it at home. Get it in. When you guys do that, when you say, I drank, I moved, I fasted, do it like that and smile, because that's going to tell your body that you want to do it again and that your body likes it and it needs it and it's going to do it. It's going to build that habit if you're not already built it. And if you already built it, why not have fun and smile? You could even shake your booty a little bit. You've been walking. Awesome, Pam. So important to walk when you're on vacation. All right. I love doing intermittent fasting while I'm on vacation because then I have more flexibility in what I'm eating and can try some things that I might not normally eat, or especially if I'm in a new place. All right. Now, I hear this all like simmering and doing all this thing. So remember, smile, shake your butt. I did this. I'm eating well. Renee can say like, I'm eating good, because she's eating good with her tuna. All right, now we're going to add a cup of cubed cheese. I just cut block cheese into little cubes, and I want them to start melting in here. So I'm gonna let it kind of sit on top for a little bit. And this cubed cheese is gonna be in throughout, obviously, because I'm gonna mix it in. And then you only walked, oh my gosh, 8,900 steps, but you're too tired to get any more in. That's a lot. And you're not with your husband, but you're still trying to eat good. Okay, awesome, Pam. And I know both Renee and Pam are drinking ketones and getting those in as well. All right, so I have my oven preheated. I used avocado oil to spray down my Pyrex so that it doesn't stick. And the last ingredient that I'm not going to do for you, because I need to let this start to melt and then I need to let it cook a little bit longer, probably another 5 to 10 minutes, is another piece of amount of cheese. You can use whatever flavor of cheese. Tell me what kind of cheese you would use in here. And we didn't add any extra healthy fat because that's the extra healthy fat. Here I have 2 cups of mozzarella cheese that I'm going to use, just about 2 cups. It's a little less. You can use anywhere between 1 and 2 cups. I have 1.5 left, but if I had 2, I would use 2. Put it all in here. After it cooks longer, put it all in there and then top it with the cheese. Cover it with aluminum foil, and then you're going to bake it for 15 minutes. The goal is to get the cheesy, to get it to be bubbly, to heat all the way through. It's already heated because it's been cooking here. So it doesn't need that much time. I mean, it needs that much time, but it doesn't need that much time. So cover it with aluminum foil, put cheese on top of it. You could use whatever cheese on top of it if you want to. You don't have to use mozzarella. And you don't have to use cheddar. I'm using cheddar in here. But you can use mozzarella in all of it. And then you're going to have this amazing casserole that's going to be delicious and tasty and cheesy. That's it. So, have a wonderful night. I'm not going to make you watch me mix this and let it cook for the next 10 minutes. But I will show you later how it turns out and how it tastes. From my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye!